Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to week 2 of our video production training, beginners to masters. Welcome, welcome. Can you all hear me? Let me know that you can hear me. Someone tell me you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. You can hear me. Good. Everyone can hear me. So I hope everyone had a great week. Last week, before we get going, I just want to mention once again, we are live on our channel doing this. I'm live from our podcast room at BCA. So whenever you get a chance, come down and you can check out our podcast room. I got it set up with 3 cameras. So I can go live from that camera over there. I can go live from that camera over there, or I can go live from this camera here. It's set up and designed so I can have a 2 or 3 person interview going live. So just wanted to mention that. I'm doing the commercial part of the show right now. It's not commercial, public service announcement. Just talking a little bit about BCA. Last week, for week 1, we talked about about doing shots and video using the rule of thirds. We talked about the people that's important to have with your crew, your people that would be in front of the camera, your talent or models, and your support crew that works with you to create your productions. Did everyone, why don't you turn on your camera so I can see you? Just that way, if I'm looking for an acknowledgement, you can just raise your hand. Did you guys, last week, did you go through your list of people and like figure out who you have for talent and who you have for the support crew, the people that will help you with your production? You guys did that? Terrific, terrific, terrific. I could see those hands being raised. That's great. All right. So what we want to do is, last week there was a video assignment where I need you to do some video. For your first time out, I need you to just do 30 seconds of video. So we're going to start by looking at that. Okay. I'm just going to randomly pull them up, grab my glasses so I can see here. All right. And let's see. Let's go to share my screen. I'm going to do a video, and I'm not going to share sound because this was video you did was silent. So I'm not going to worry about sharing the sound. So I'm going to go through and find one. Let's just see in my downloads here. Oh, let's see. Go to my list. And yes, here we go. So this is one of them. So we're going to watch the 30 seconds and see what we can make up as far as the story is in this video. Ready? Here goes number 1. All right, so that was video number 1. So that video showed us what? What did we see? Put in chat if you don't want to speak, but I need some sort of answer. What did we just see?
Trees.
Trees, palm trees specifically. So the story there, what story could we make up? What's a story we could make up?
I saw palm trees in Florida.
Could be palm trees in Florida. So what do you think that was telling us? What did it make? What was the story in your mind? What was created?
Good weather.
It was nature. It was nature. That was what someone wrote in the chat. It was nature. The story could be, hey, it's California and that's all they have here are palm trees. So I'm not exactly sure what the story is. So let's ask the person that shot it.
Oh, hi, it's Ingrid. I shot the palm trees. I'm in California at this time, and it's the thing that is stuck out to me everywhere I go. I'm amazed with the palm trees. You see, fresh, like newly planted palm trees, different age by their height. This is what I was told. The taller they are, it tells of how old the palm tree is. And I put Beverly Hills that sign to let it know that these palm trees, yes, while you can find palm trees everywhere else, but these palm trees are in California. Not that that's all that California have. California have a lot of different things. But the thing that really has me captivated, even until now, I'm still here, is everywhere I go, I'm amazed at the different palm trees, the way they line against the horizon. As you see, I focus on them, how it stands out there like a painting, and not only like nature, like someone just literally hand paint them and put a canvas of blue behind it.
Okay. Very good. So as you can see, there was more to the story than anything that we made up. So now we're going to jump into the next person's video. Let's see, go video. Let's see if I can share this quicker. All right. And let's see. That one. I think it's that one. Here we go. All right. So now on that video, what's the story?
It looked like someone is on their way to their apartment, and by the logo on the door, I will say it's a Christian brother or sister on his way home.
Well, the story I made up is that you got to take that whole clip. I saw the elevator open and there was no one there. So a presumption on my part is that they're inviting God into their home or something like that, that the spirit is walking with them. That's a story I
like
made.
that.
So
I like that story.
yes. So is the producer on right now? He's not on right now. So Or is the producer there? Not at the moment. Okay. So we'll skip that one for now. So you can see how there's multiple stories there, right? Now, this last one that I'm going to show, I can show more, but I don't want to prolong this. So if I didn't show everyone's piece, my apologies, but I did watch them all. All right. This is the one we'll end with, and then we'll move on to something new. Huh. Well, that's not fun. Oh, it would not let me share that video. So I guess I'm not going to show that. Okay, so where I was going with these videos is what story can you tell? Okay. It's all about telling your story. Tonight, we're going to talk about what shots go into your story. Last week, we talked about, all right. Last week, we talked about the rule of thirds in basic composition, some basic composition. Tonight, we're going to be specifically talking about the shots that we want to create. Okay. What looks good for TV or film. Okay. And what the names of the shots are. So for you at home and for you on Zoom right now, grab a piece of paper and take some notes. Tonight, we're going to dive into the different shots. Okay. I will say I found this video that we're going to watch on YouTube. Every week, I do a lot of research on YouTube. I look for videos that will work best for us to explain where we're going in video production. You know, the invention of YouTube has been fantastic for us, just for the research fact of finding explanations for the techniques that we do. So I'm going to share this video with you guys. It's a little bit longer than last week. However, it is excellent. Take copious notes, and we'll talk about some stuff after this. Here we go. Might be good if I actually shared the sound. So let me do that again. So I share sound. Share sound. Here we go. So once again, this video is going to be an explanation of the different types of shots. And they use excerpts from movies so we can understand based on things that we've already seen. All right. So here we go. I'm going to mute myself and then
films are made up of sequences. Sequences are made up of scenes. And scenes are made up of shots. But we must understand the characteristics and storytelling value of each shot.
Don't be a...
In this video, we'll begin with the big picture and work our way down. We're going to define the essential shot sizes in a filmmaker's toolbox and how to use the right shot at the right time to create memorable moments on screen. This is episode 1 of The Shot List. Shot size. Shot choices help establish the rhythm, tone, and meaning of a scene. Knowing which shot will be the most aesthetically and dramatically valuable for a given scene should be the highest priority for both a director and a DP. In this video, we'll be examining essential shot sizes. As we go, we'll populate a shot list in Studio Binder as a sort of cheat sheet the next time you need to create one. Now, let's get to the shots. The most common visual element to open a scene or even an entire film is the establishing shot. It is typically wide enough to establish the geography, time of day, show the scale of subjects in relation to their environment, and is often used to transition between scenes. With genres like science fiction, where entirely new worlds need to be introduced, the establishing shot is crucial. Blade Runner 2049 opens with a series of establishing shots. We get the first impressions of near-future Earth with industrial and futuristic farms outside the city. So remember, an establishing shot is a crucial introductory component of any scene. It can mark a transition to a new location, or introduce crucial details about the location or world. The establishing shot is often followed up with a master shot, or simply the master. Like the establishing shot, a master shot confirms the location and geography of the scene. It also clarifies which characters are in the scene and where they are in relationship to each other.
Go on, sit down. Go ahead. Talk to each other.
Sit down.
Hey, Mr. Einstein.
Here we see a master from The Godfather Part 2 framing the Corleone family around a dinner table.
Hey, Sally, get in here.
The majority of this scene is played in the master to emphasize the family's close-knit relationship.
Your country ain't your blood, you remember that.
I don't feel that way.
Until Michael drops some devastating news.
Well, if you don't feel like that, why don't you just quit college and go to join the army?
I did. I enlisted in the Marines.
Mikey, why didn't you come to us?
What do you mean?
I mean, Pop had to pull a lot of strings to get your deferment.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for deferment. I didn't want it.
What's wrong? Come on, knock it off. Come on.
But it also helps make Michael split from the family visual from this to this.
Stupid.
And we feel the emptiness around him that much more. Remember, the master captures the scene playing out in its entirety, providing the editor with something to cut out to, if necessary. Moving on. Wide shot, WS.
Let me tell you about my boat.
The wide shot positions subjects far from the camera to visually represent their relationship to their environment. This is distinct from the establishing shot, which is about location. The wide shot is principally concerned with the scale of the subject.
I'm finished.
It can be used when you need to make subjects appear lost, lonely, or overwhelmed, or comment on a subject's relationship to their environment. In this wide shot from Phantom Thread, we can see the characters Alma and Reynolds dwarfed by a messy ballroom. Paul Thomas Anderson could have ended the scene with close-ups to capture the characters' emotions. But by ending with a wide shot here, we can consider Alma and Reynolds together, yet isolated from the world around them. Use it when you need to establish the spatial relationships of the subjects. Make statements using distance, depth, or size. Our next subject, full shot. When a subject's entire body reaches from the top to the bottom edges of the frame, the shot is defined as full. With a full shot, it's not necessary to put the subject in the center of the frame, but notice how often this is the case. This example is effective because it is tight enough to tell a story with the character's face, but wide enough to further the story by observing her entire body, posture, and wardrobe. So remember, a full is composed head to toe, and you can use them when you need to make statements about a subject's physicality and present a character in all their glory. Moving on. Medium full shot, Cowboy. The medium full shot is arranged from the top of the subject's head to just below their waist. It is sometimes referred to as a cowboy shot based on the height of gun holsters. Here we can see complementary angles from The Favorite, composed in medium fulls. The cowboy angle on the character Lady Sarah is particularly strong and confrontational. This isn't a Western and features no holsters, but it's hard not to think of cowboys when firearms are deployed like this. Use it when you need to present a subject as confident, dangerous, or confrontational, especially when weapons might be drawn. Moving on. Medium shot, MS. Perhaps the most popular shot size in all of cinema is the medium shot. But why? Because it's more of a neutral shot, neither dramatic like a close-up or distancing like a wide shot. It captures the subject in a size similar to how we interact with people.
Will you hold still?
The typical composition of a medium shot starts above the waist but below the chest and ends just above the head. Shot sizes deployed in animated films function under the same compositional rules.
Oh! Hello.
Let's look at an example to better illustrate this. In this scene from Coco, Miguel watches a film starring his idol. The medium shot composition accommodates quite a bit. The props from Miguel's shrine, the detail on the TV screen, and Miguel's reactions to it. It's an intimate moment as we observe Miguel's joy, along with the objects of his affection in a single frame.
Follow my heart. You know that feeling? Like this?
So remember, the typical composition of a medium shot starts above the waist, but below the chest, and ends just above the head. Use it when you need to dig into a subject's eyes without losing their physicality or environment, or utilize a true middle ground approach that is neither jarring nor especially dramatic. Our next subject, medium close-up shot, MCU. When a shot frames a subject from mid-chest to just above their head, it is referred to as a medium close-up. Medium close-ups are about reducing distraction and prioritizing story and character details.
Why don't you start right now and get the fuck out of here?
Use it when you need to get intimate with a subject without losing their physicality.
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Here, the villainous Thanos snaps his fingers during the climactic moments of Avengers Endgame. With this shot size, we have room for the Infinity Gauntlet, and Thanos' look of cruel satisfaction in thinking he has won. But when he fails, this medium close-up is designed to also capture his reaction. Remember, a medium close-up is roughly head to chest. Are you ready for it? It's the close-up. See you.
Here's Johnny!
Of course, the most powerful visual weapon for highlighting a change in emotion or dramatic beat on screen. Close-ups are most often arranged at eye level, better to dig into the windows of a soul. In this shot size, we have a front row seat for a character's thoughts and feelings.
Who is it?
Will you help me?
Yes, anything.
The close-up is about empathy and illustrates how dramatically effective it can be in a time of decision or anxiety. Our final category, extreme close-up shot, ECU. An extreme close-up, or ECU, frames a subject to isolate a specific area. This could be lips, ears, or nose, but the eyes are typically the focus. Like here in Kill Bill Volume 1. As the bride is swarmed by the crazy 88, we cut back and forth between their entry points and her frantic eyes. But when the function of a specific prop or an intimate detail is necessary, filmmakers will often rely on the insert shot. Inserts are most commonly used to highlight and isolate something crucial to the narrative. So remember, an extreme close-up or an insert shot is one of the greatest tools for emphasis. It is the most intimate, dramatic, and potentially startling of all shot sizes. So, this is our shot list made in Studio Binder so far. It has all of the most common shot sizes you can reference the next time you need to create a shot list. You can find a link to the full shot list in the description. If you're looking for shot listing software to automate the process, check the description for a link to Studio Binder. It's free to get started. In the next episode of this series,
All right, we are back. So did you learn anything in there? Was there anything that you didn't know? Ingrid?
Everything I did not know. So everything I learned.
Okay, excellent. So did you all take good notes there? That's the important thing. Were you taking good notes?
I did.
Okay. Anyone that wants, feel free to email me at cpride@bcatv.org, and I'll gladly send you the link to that video so you can refer to it again. Okay, does that make sense? We good? Hello in the studio.
Yes.
Hey, how we doing?
Excellent. So where we are now is we just went over the basic shot compositions. And there's a few others, but not many. Okay. So with that, let's talk about what the homework is going to be. We're going to still keep on moving forward this week, but I want to start talking about what I want you to do this week. I want you to take those shots and without moving the camera. So have a locked off shot. If you're able to use a tripod, use a tripod. And if you don't know how to set up a tripod, come to BCA. We will hand you the tripod and show you how to set it up. You want to use a tripod and use your camera or your phone and get the shots. You want to have an establishing shot, a wide shot, a medium shot, a close-up, an extreme close-up, a cowboy, a full shot. We want to show examples of all the different shots that you just learned. Again, limiting it to only 30 seconds. So I think there's somewhere around six basic shots. Let's just say 6 basic shots. So you'll do 5 seconds of each shot. Okay. So you'll shoot 5 seconds, pause, get your next shot, shoot 5 seconds. Okay. So that's going to be the homework tonight. Again, we want to emphasize telling a story with your video. So come up with a story you want to tell about your video. It doesn't have to be specific, I got to tell the best story ever, just a story. You want to tell me a story with your video. tonight, what I also want to dive into is audio a little bit. So we've been concentrating on so far that getting the shots. Now we need to start talking about audio. Based on the emails that I got from all of you, you didn't have very many questions about the cameras. So that's great. That's great. And we'll see how that goes. The more time that you work with the cameras, the better off we are. The better you will be at producing programming and making things for the community to watch and for YouTube and whichever platform you end up being your platform. So for sound, we're going to talk about microphones. Okay. There are basic microphones that like right in front of me. These are microphones. Okay. These are a microphone that's attached to a little audio mixer in front of me. We have specific microphones. Our cameras, our phones all have microphones built in. I'm going to suggest if you're using your phone, look into buying on, you can either get on Amazon and other ways to get it. There are microphones which you can plug straight into your phone. I have one in the other room, which I forgot to bring in this room. I have what's known as a lapel mic. So a lapel mic goes on your lapel, which is right here. You would run it up your shirt and connect it up here. This type of mic is a desk mic. There are some mics that are handheld mics. The generic names of mics are pretty straightforward. Handheld means you can hold it in your hand. Lapel mic means you put it on your lapel. Table mic sits on the table. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. There's different audio recording patterns. And what I mean by patterns is how the mic picks you up. Like right now, these mics are kind of like a heart shape. I know that it doesn't look like it, but the mic itself picks up from about here. Finger is. The mic picks up from about here, and then the audio comes around this way and pointed straight this way. So if you notice right now, the audio is coming through pretty clearly. Is that correct? You hear me clearly? Do I sound better than normal Zooms?
Yes, way better.
Yeah, I sound like I'm in a TV studio, right?
Yes.
Well, guess what? I'm in a TV studio. So, yes, that works to my advantage. Using a nice mic like this one works good. The other pickup pattern is an omni. It goes all around. Most handhelds either are directional or omni. When you use a microphone that's attached to a PA, it's a directional mic. The top of it might look like an ice cream cone, but it's really meant to point directly at someone. So those are the basics around audio. My suggestion for any of you to come down to BCA and ask about what microphones can you take out? Which ones can you take out? And for those of you that are in the studio today, you can actually go take a look and we can show you the different types of microphones. Okay. So for homework, we're going to do shots composition. We're going to do 6 defined shots. and I want you to start messing with audio. So you're going to do a 30-second piece, which has your shots, 5 seconds each. And then I'm going to throw at you one more thing. I want you to do a 30 seconds with audio. Your 30 seconds of audio, I want you to use whatever microphone you have available to you or through BCA and try some different mic placement. If you're using your cell phone as your camera and you don't have a mic to plug in, you want to try doing different sound with your phone, being far away from a subject, and maybe do a establishing shot or a full shot recording your sound, and then one where you're close up to your subject. So you can hear, and we can hear, the difference that your sound is making. Okay. You can also try doing a couple of, find someone with a musical instrument and see where putting your microphone closer or your camera, your phone closer or further away, what difference that makes. I could get down to and tell you, hey, you need to put your mic, well, if you all do this, okay, extend your thumb and your pinky, that's how far a mic should be from your mouth. Okay. I could tell you that, and I just did tell you that. How about that? However, what you really want to do is experiment and see why. Okay. This class is all about finding out why and what you're going to do next. Okay. So what we're going to do next is work on audio and discover. You want to discover where you're going to put mics and experiment and play with it. Okay. Any questions? No? Good. Okay. So you're going to get your shots and you're going to do some audio. Okay. Practicing with audio, experimenting with audio. Now, next week, what we'll be doing is we're going to be reviewing your videos and your audio recordings, and then we'll keep on going from there. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit about lighting, and then we're going to take a step back and start talking about some storyboarding and getting into your production a bit, okay? And kind of doing your first outline. So I want you to be thinking about what is your first production you want to do, like your first real production that you want to do. Start that just going in your mind for the next week or so. That way next week when we're together, we can start putting that pen to paper and start figuring it out. Okay. I know these classes are short. I know I said they're an hour, but as it turns out, we always end up early because you guys are so on top of it as far as asking tons of questions when we're not on Zoom and we're talking on the phone or on email. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys doing what you do. Does anyone have any other video questions you wanted to ask so far?
Yeah, I had a quick question. With the assignment that we completed, that was assigned last week. Did we go over them or?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
So you're the elevator one, correct?
Yeah, I'm James. My name's James. James.
Right, James. So here's the question for you. James, what was the story behind your video?
What was the story? The story was actually, there's so many like doors that you can actually take. You know what I mean? There's so many like avenues that you could take. You could either go on this door, that door, and you know, eventually you have to pick a door. And I just thought it was pretty cool that it said, you know, Jesus on the door. So I picked that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you take a look at it?
We were totally off.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Well, Carl, I would not say we were totally off. Carl, I think you were close to the spot there by what you thought of it.
What I thought of it was that with the elevator opening up,
Yeah.
I thought you were following the Holy Spirit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I took it as you're walking with God, so to speak.
Right.
So, it was my interpretation there. So,
Yeah.
where we went with reviewing the videos was, that you never know exactly where those videos are taking you, and everything's got a story.
Right.
So, are you guys in one of the edit suites right now?
Yes.
Perfect. I'll come down. I'm down the hall from you.
Okay.
I'll come down and I'll fill you in some more on what we went over and what got shot, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
All right. For everyone else, any other questions? Ingrid?
I have to call you to get a clarification of the still shots.
Okay.
Because you were saying it has to be in a form of a video. So I thought first it was just the shot you wanted for the homework assignment. However, you can explain that to me later.
Okay. You got it. All right. Well, for everyone and for all of us here at BCA, thank you all for tuning in live on YouTube and on the Brockton channels. I appreciate you all and happy shooting, and we will see you all next time.